MotorWeek is made possible by Rock Auto and Tire Rack.
Honestly, the Chevrolet Malibu has not traditionally been our best choice among mid-size family sedans. More rental car necessity than suburban favorite. But the last-gen Malibu took major steps to compete more directly with Camry, Accord, and others. Now it appears the all-new 2016 Malibu has turned those steps into leaps. So let's see if this Chevy stalwart is finally a true family car contender. Yes, the Malibu has struggled and maybe even been consistently underrated in the midsize sedan segment. That's why the 2016 redesign is such an eye-opener. For one thing, it's a lot bigger, yet still lighter by almost 300 pounds. Wheelbase is now 111.4 inches, up 3.5, while overall length increases by about 2 inches. More importantly, substantial changes are afoot inside. In fact, if you were able to hide the Chevrolet badges, it would be hard to figure out what brand of car it is. It doesn't look American, none of the switchgear is stock GM, and it certainly doesn't look Japanese, appears a bit too showy for European. Korean, perhaps? Well, that's a good comparison, as Hyundai and Kia have done a lot over the past few years to step this class up. And it looks like GM is up to the task too. Materials improved by a long stride. There are more soft ones, even if it's still not a consistent feel throughout. There are different surfaces in high wear areas. It's a good idea, but it could be executed a little better. And while it still may not match a Honda level of refinement, the layout and ergonomics are excellent, as they've done a good job of leaving proper buttons for the basics and using touchscreen controls for secondary functions. There's even great seat comfort, perhaps the best we've felt from GM in recent memory. And they should no longer hear complaints about rear seat legroom, as with all of the additional wheelbase, it's up by about 1.5 inches, though it feels like even more. On the minus side, all of the rearranging has caused both trunk space and fuel capacity to suffer. Top drawer Premier trim fulfills all of the luxury feature wants you could have in a family car, while available driver confidence packages add the latest safety features, including automatic braking. Gauges are fine and clear and will make convert buyers feel at ease. There are 3 engine choices, with all getting some type of assist. 1.5-liter turbo i4 powers base models, and its 160 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque will probably be adequate for most. It's attached to a 6-speed automatic. Next up is a 2-liter Turbo 4 with 250 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, and it gets a new 8-speed automatic. Finally, a hybrid returns to the lineup, but this time it's a full hybrid, based around a 1.8-liter i4 rated at 47 mpg combined, with both hard and software from the new Volt and 182 horsepower. It is equally well sorted and smooth. We spent most of our time in the 2.0T, and it's a heck of an engine. Plenty of guts off the line, sharp throttle response, and great torque range for a 4. Transmission shifts are seamless, with programming among the best we've driven in an 8-speed yet. Altogether, the new Malibu is extremely quiet, with virtually all engine and wind noise eliminated. The only real intrusion at this point is a bit too much tire noise on concrete. Handling is just fine, better than most, as the chassis feels very solid. Both suspension and body rigidity are greatly improved, and we found it more responsive than expected. GM clearly focused efforts on improving ride and handling, and it shows. Even the electric steering has decent weight, although also the typical numb feel. Government fuel economy ratings are up across the board, with the 2 liters coming in at 22 city, 33 highway, and 26 combined. For a good energy impact score, a 12.7 barrels of oil consumption and 5.6 tons of CO2 emissions yearly. As for the all-important pricing, Malibu started a modest $22,500, with Premier trim coming in at $31,795. With the growing popularity of SUVs as family mainstays, the four-door sedan market continues to shrink. Yet it is still large and with lots of entries, making it a true buyer's market. The 2016 Chevrolet Malibu has now jumped into the sweet spot of that fray. The Turbo 4 gives it a sportier feel over a traditional V6, and comfort is top-notch. Plus, the hybrid gives the most fuel-conscious a serious new choice. While no car design is perfect, overall, this Malibu makeover has us very impressed.